All right, we're live. How's it going, Joe?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I am okay. A little tired. Set up last night a little bit on a live stream, but I did get a lot of sleep
That's
after
good.
that.
That's
So
good. Did you go golfing this morning?
no,
Too cold?
no, it's too cold right now, and too wet, too cold. Yeah, I'm a lightweight when it comes to disc golf. I want good weather. So, now ball golf I would do probably, but I don't like having the jacket on, the coat, restricting your swing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, maybe we'll get some viewers here shortly, but
Hopefully.
we are. If not, they can watch the replay on this thing because
Yeah,
we are going
definitely.
to talk about nosing bourbons. And I know I've covered this a couple times before. And I give away a 24 note nosing kit and all that, every quarter because I'm trying to get people into really nosing bourbons and appreciating the different bourbons.
That's the fun of drinking bourbon,
Right.
or checking out all the different flavors because there are a lot of them.
Yeah. If I could supply a nosing kit to everybody, I would, but you know, it's not going to work. Now, what we've
If we
poured
win the
up here.
lotto, we'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Yeah. What we've poured up here is we're starting off with what I call beginner bourbons. And that doesn't mean Jim Beam
That's me.
4080. That's not even. I don't even consider those beginner bourbons. This is Heaven Hill, and we have Elijah Craig and Larceny, and we're going to nose these first, and then you can try the Larceny, and I'll drink the Elijah Craig. How about that?
Deal.
Because you wanted to give it a shot. So these are few noted, but they do have notes there that you can pick out. And we poured these about 15 minutes ago. So they're
Right. So
really
they aired
aired
out. Yeah.
out.
No, it was pretty cool. I smelled my first black pepper. That was awesome.
All right. Now that's the Elijah Craig. And it's going to be more fruity on the nose than the Larceny. Remember, keep your lips apart when you nose it so that because of taste and smell. You should get a little caramel out of that. You should get a little vanilla.
Yeah, I got the vanilla and the caramel.
A
Yeah.
little apple, maybe some pear.
That's okay. I got the apple. That's what that was. Huh.
Now this is a Larceny. Larceny is a drier bourbon, not as sweet as the Elijah Craig. Some people like it, some people don't. It has earthier tones to it, a little more. I wouldn't say a strong oak note coming out on the nose because it is Larceny. It's not more expensive bourbon, but there is a little of that like a wheatgrass, earthy, type. Not as much of the fruit.
Yeah. I think I smell the oak.
Now, let me do this right quick because I know this one has a lot of oak that comes out in it. This is the Garrison Brothers. This one is aged in Texas. It extracts a lot of oak notes from the barrel because of the climate temperature. This is what a blast of oak on the nose smells like.
Okay, here goes. Nice.
It's a perfumey, that little perfumey kick.
Yeah, it's really strong.
Yeah, that's one of the stronger ones you're going to nose oak out of right there.
Is that what oak smells like?
in bourbon, yes.
Oh wow.
Because normally you don't. I mean, you can sit there with a chainsaw and cut wood, and you can smell what the wood smells like when you're like using a chainsaw or something like that. That's not the same. It's not the extract of the wood. alcohol extracts stuff, the wood sugars out. It brings all that, pulls that out of the wood. That's what oak smells like extracted.
Yeah.
And it's
Strong.
strong. Now, see if you can pick up a hint of that in there.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was before, but I smell the same stuff.
Yep. And that's the one thing is you have to know, you have to have it in your head what it is before you can recognize it and put a name to it. Now, we were talking before we started shooting here, before we went live, and we were talking about how aromas stick in your memory. Aromas are a very strong memory trigger. If you went into people that walk into a hospital, in a hospital environment, they use like propylene glycol, and they pump it through the vents, and hospitals have a very sterile smell to it, and some people will get a whiff of that or something, somewhere, and be like, oh my gosh, they either have a good memory, bad memory, or whatever.
I smell hospital.
Yeah. And I know certain like vacuum cleaners that you can get. I know one of them you could do propylene glycol in it, and it would help sanitize the air and all that stuff. And some people hated it because it made it smell like a clinic, like a hospital. But here, going ahead and taste of that. And that's the larceny. So it's going to be oakier on the tongue, not super oaky because it's not a hard hitting bourbon. And then I'll sip on this Elijah Craig. And that Elijah Craig has vanilla caramel fruit coming out in it. And I call it the honeysuckle bourbon because it reminds me of when I was a kid. I would take the honeysuckle and pull the stem and get the little drop of sugar off of it, the little nectar off the end of it, and tiny little drop, But this reminds me, it triggers a memory of that honeysuckle.
This it coats the tongue, and it stays around for a while. I still get that little burn at the tip.
A little bit. Now, those are stronger. Now, some of that burn that you get, I always say when I'm doing a regular review, I'll take a sip of bourbon. And I'll say, I don't like to give a lot of notes off that first sip because I'm conditioning my tongue with that. It's a shock. We haven't had, or at least I haven't. I know you ate a power bar earlier, but I don't eat or drink anything when I'm doing my normal review for at least 3 hours before I review the bourbon. And the only thing I'll drink is water, and I'll just regular water. And I'll drink plenty of that, because I'm really cleansing the palate. Things I tell people, if you don't brush your teeth and then try to do a bourbon review, because I guarantee you there's no mint or menthol. There could be some minty, flavor in a bourbon, but you'll fool yourself. You'll trick yourself. The other thing is I don't drink coffee, and people who drink coffee tend to have a more deadened palate.
I just started when I came here.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying coffee's bad, and people who drink coffee can't, appreciate bourbon. That's not what I'm saying. But it's sort of like if you want to be a track star, you have to get out and run every day, and you have to eat right, and you have to don't eat a lot of high fatty foods, and you need some carbs before you run, and and all that type of stuff. It's just conditioning, and the more conditioning you do, the sharper you're going to be at it. Now we're going to pull out the bigger guns, and I know you just nosed it. The Garrison Brothers.
Oh yeah, the Okie one.
Yeah, and the Old Forester 1920. Now, Old Forester
This was
1920.
the larceny, right?
That was larceny.
So
Yes.
we're just gonna.
Well, we'll save them. I mean,
Right.
you can get back to it, but so that's the one that you nosed with the strong oak, and then after that, I want you to nose that one. Now the Old Forester 1920 is not a super expensive bourbon, but it does have some good pepper and spice and stuff like that in it.
I was smelling pepper in here. Right?
Yeah, you can probably pick some of that. I think you're going to pick up more black pepper out of the 1920.
Yeah, I got black pepper on the brain now.
Yeah. Now, tell me if that's not a stronger black pepper note.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one's the oak will cover the perfumey of the oak will cover that black pepper up, you know.
I smell a little in there too.
Yeah, a little, and I call those underlying notes. You know, there's your dominant notes, and then you have softer notes that come through. But that's what makes a really, well, in my opinion, I like a really complex bourbon, as long as it's balanced. But if someone likes heavy oak, they love Garrison Brothers.
Yeah, definitely.
You know. So which one of these do you want to drink? Before you decide, I will say, and price is not everything, but this one is twice as much as that one in cost. So
you can have that one.
No. You have you had it before?
Not that I know of.
Well, here I've had it. Won't you try it?
All right.
Because that's an advanced bourbon, and when you get that on your palate, it's going to coat really well. You see how dark it is.
Yeah, and how
cleans.
How thin the lines are.
Oh, yeah.
Thick the lines are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of oils come out in that. And you should now get the oak. And you'll get I get it on the outside of my tongue. It's like a sensation, like a char. You can
right
kind of.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
And that's that whatever number char they use, you know, you're getting some of that charred flavor out in it. Now, if someone, I've heard people say when they smoke, get like blackened stuff. My wife's been in and out getting stuff out of the freezer, but you get that bark on the outside of barbecue, and it's that big smoke ring on there, and people say they love to pair the Garrison Brothers with barbecue, a good barbecue. And I don't want to get into barbecue lessons, but barbecue does not mean barbecue sauce, right? Barbecue,
it doesn't?
No, barbecue is a cooking
always thought
method.
No. I'm from California. You know, we're not a barbecue state. Got to get the lessons out here where they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, barbecue is just like low and slow, low heat, slow cook, long time.
Yeah, you can ask my wife. I'm completely opposite of that one.
And you know, a lot of times we use you can actually barbecue technically in an oven, but you're not going to get any smoke, or you're not going to get any wood
or the
flavor.
good lines.
Yeah, and all that.
Well, you probably could if you put it on the grill.
Oh, no, grill, yeah, and you know, pellet grill, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the the barbecue, the bark with the good smoke rings and all that, people like to pair that with.
So I'm smelling a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know what it is.
Well, and that's where you, like I said, here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to put together that nosing kit that I'm going to give away on March 3rd. And I'm going to make 2 of them. And I'm going to have one here where you can go through the notes. And what I did was I took the bourbon wheel, and there's a American Bourbon Society has a wheel, and it breaks it down to the different categories of what you're supposed to get. You get your grains and your, you know, florals and different ones. And what I've done is I just took a sampling of that wheel. Now I can't, I mean, if I made a 2,000 note nosing kit, yeah, but then it would be so many notes that there would be a lot of things similar, in there. One thing I did do in the nosing kit is I try to get butterscotch and not caramel, because you're going to get, most people know what caramel tastes like, and taste and smell closely related. Not that caramel gives off a lot of aromas,
right?
But the fumes in your mouth when you're eating a good caramel, and what sensation you get. And then oh no, I did not. Yeah, I'll put butterscotch and toffee. I put toffee in there, but I didn't put caramel. And caramel's kind of, there's butterscotch and there's toffee, and one's darker and the other o's a lot lighter, and caramel's kind of somewhere,
Everybody knows what caramel smells like.
I suppose. And most people would think Werther's Original or something like that, for like a butterscotchy, toffee, whatever. But I use what I do, and I like the toffee in it, is I go and I buy a Heath bar, and I get all the chocolate off of it, and then I break that Heath bar, just the inside toffee part, and I put it, and all the entire nosing kit, every single thing in there has a cap full of vodka in the jar, because vodka extracts aromas out of stuff. It extracts flavors too, but I wouldn't eat my nosing kit. I don't recommend it. But
is that why orange juice is so good in
it? I suppose.
Vodka brings out the flavor.
Well, vodka, if you let stuff sit there long enough, it'll extract out. Because you can put like vanilla beans in vodka and make your own vanilla extract at home.
Oh, wow. And we should try that.
The longer you let it sit there, the more concentrated it gets.
That vanilla extract was expensive.
Yeah. Well, try buying vanilla beans. Because you need regular raw vanilla to make extract.
I smell something in here that smells like my grandmother's perfume.
There you go. That is a perfumey bourbon because of the wood pulling out. I mean, extracted oak in there. It has a perfumey flavor.
Brought back good memories, huh?
All right. Now this 1920, I'm going to go back to the Elijah Craig. It has different notes than the Garrison Brothers, but still, I mean, it's not quite as complex, but it does. It's far more complex than this Elijah Craig, the Old Forester 1920.
I smell floral.
Yeah, you're going to get, and that's that oak coming through.
Oh, okay.
And that's so you have the larceny up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a little cousin of, it's what, the oak you're getting out of there is like the little cousin of the Garrison Brothers, He's just learning to be oaky. And all this is just an example of what you can get out of 4 different bourbons. One of them has like the
pepper.
The black pepper comes through more on the 1920. I don't get any black pepper in the Elijah Craig. It's mostly vanilla, caramel, and apple or pear. Larceny has, very subdued wood notes in it. And then you juxtapose it with the Garrison Brothers, and you're like, oh, hell, that's what I was smelling,
Yeah.
Because it's like,
that's what that is.
It's like a 1-2 punch, after the larceny. And I like going back and forth between those, because one of them gets a little strong, and then you can go back and get a softer version of it. But that's what people don't like. It's like people who don't like larceny should not get Garrison Brothers.
You heard it here.
I don't think they would be happy with it. But we are not going to drink a lot of bourbon tonight.
No, we're not.
And we're actually going to pop open a Voodoo Ranger IPA here in a little bit.
So we're going to do this, all right? We can't waste it.
Oh, no. Look, I'm almost finished. I've been sipping them on down, going back and forth. And to the one you have, the Larceny and the Garrison Brothers, that's like a lighter version, heavy version of similar notes. So is this, because the 1920 has the caramel vanilla fruit nose, but more like a roasted fruit. And then it has that black pepper kick to it. It has more notes coming out in it, like a little all spicy kick to it, where the Elijah Craig doesn't have all that depth, but it has the same base notes, similar. So, do you like Larceny? Because you said you were going to get a bottle of it.
Yeah, and I do like it, but I think I'll get a bottle of something else now.
Elijah Craig would be good.
Elijah Craig, okay.
Now, both of them are around here about $36 a bottle. So if you wanted to get one of each, or get if they have a smaller bottle of Larceny or something, I think you will really enjoy the Elijah Craig. Most people do. And that's what my son, when he was like, yeah, because he was in his 20s, but he's like, I haven't really got into bourbon. I had him get a bottle of Elijah Craig, and he bought a little bottle of it, like a fifth of it or whatever. And it was funny because we were talking about the cork pop, and I pulled the cork and it said, boom, like that. And somebody else popped theirs, boom. And then he pulled his and it goes, squeak. But yeah, these 750 milliliter bottles they have a pretty good little pop on them sometimes. But no, he liked Elijah Craig. But he got into drinking old fashions, and he goes to some hairstyle place, for young hipster guys or whatever, and they had a bar in there. So you go in, you get a free mixed drink or whatever. And I asked him what all bourbons they had, and he told me. And I said, "Look, if you're going to get an old fashioned with that simple syrup, get something that's a higher rye." And they had Four Roses single barrel, and I said, "Get the Four Roses, for the or some other, like even a straight rye for that, because you need those rye spice notes coming out to help cut through that sugar." Hugo's Go-Karts HD. Hello.
Here you go.
We are doing all right, man. We are sipping on some bourbons, talking about nosing bourbons and what notes to look for and get out of these things. So Joe's continuing on his bourbon journey.
On my bourbon journey, yeah, from not smelling notes at all to smelling underlying notes.
Yep.
I just have to remember to keep my mouth open.
Yeah, but we're about to, as soon as we finish these bourbons here, we're going to nose a Voodoo Ranger. I think was it a hazy IPA? Is that what it was?
Fruit.
Something
Something
IPA.
fruit IPA. Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever it is, it's going to be tropical.
Yeah.
I can about tell you that already. I get mango. I get pineapple. Yay! But yeah, that's gonna be good. I can't hammer too much of this heavy stuff. And that Voodoo Ranger, what would you say? It was 7 point something.
Yeah,
percent.
no, 5.7. No, 7.5. Yeah.
7.5. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not gonna hurt us.
Good afternoon, Mr. Great Shot.
Mr. Great Shot, how's it going?
How you doing?
We have been sipping on. I was putting Elijah Craig next to Old Forester 1920, and Joe was putting Larceny up against the Garrison Brothers.
Garrison Brothers, right?
So that's from $36 to $120, and this is about $36 to $65, $70, I think, somewhere along in there.
So this had a hint of oak, and this had the entire tree.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you get. Yeah, and Garrison Brothers is absolutely the oakiest bourbon on the shelf over there. So
if you like old oak bourbon, this is it.
Can everybody hear us okay, by the way? If somebody can just let us know, because I hit charge, I swear I did, on my receiver, and we're sharing a receiver, and I have a splitter running through one road transmitter, I mean. Okay, good. All right, awesome. I just wanted to make sure I had it hooked up right with the TRS and TRRS and all that junk. And it would have been sucky if we would have been sitting here. I think somebody would have already shouted it out.
Yeah, it looks like the team are complete. Huh?
But I'm going to go get that beer. And now I have to unplug because we're sharing a transmitter. So I'll be back. I'll grab a glass or two.
So it's been fun, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. I mean, it's I went from not remembering to open my mouth when I'm smelling for notes, and when I opened my mouth, they came flowing in. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That's the fun of drinking bourbon is it's getting the notes down and getting the different tastes down, and it's weird how you drop a drop of water in there and it changes the notes altogether. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. But I think I'm going to have fun with the next one too.
All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab one of the cans and we can split it and then we can grab the other one when we need it.
Are we going to do a review on this?
No.
No?
Well, we can. I mean, we can. You're going to get totally different notes out of it.
How come I get the big glass? No, just kidding.
You want the little one?
No. I'll take one of these. No.
All right. Get a little head going on there. There. How about that? And then we'll finish it off in a minute.
Yeah, this is the Voodoo Ranger.
Told you. Oh,
Juicy Haze IPA.
All right. So, yes, this is a bourbon channel, but we love all adult tasty beverages.
And I went into a Lowe's today and I went eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and this one came out. So,
wow,
we'll
that's pineapple heavy.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that smell like a fresh cut pineapple?
It does.
And maybe a fresh cut pineapple but also mixed in with
orange?
it is that, you know, those little fruit cups you would get as a kid, you know? Yeah, not bad. This is a fruit forward beverage.
Yeah, it's really good. Good. Easy going down.
All right. Yum. That is not bad at all. That's a Juicy Haze IPA. I like that.
From New Belgium.
Yep. I love New Belgium brewery, you know.
What do they brew? Something special?
Oh, they have a bunch of different stuff.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite IPA? Anybody?
Yeah. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers, by the way.
Now, we didn't get the bottom of the can swirl when I poured these. So when you pour this, what you do is you pour them, and I've been watching. I'm not an expert on this by any means. I don't know. I can't sit here and go, oh, I'm getting such and such hops out of this. I don't know shit about that. But I watch the guys do reviews, and they'll pour it. And the first time I ever poured it, I was always a fan of like pouring sodas and stuff, and you don't just because it goes flat, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there with my beer, pouring it, and they're like, "Dude, you're not pouring it right." And it's like, you got to pour it, you know. It's like it mixes, and then when you get down to the bottom and you get to you have just a little bit left in the can, you swirl it around, and then pour it, and you get the cloudy stuff in there, you know. Get any of that settled residue.
Yeah. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo made a pretty good choice this
So
time.
Mr. Great Shot's more of a stout guy, and I like good stout. And I get the Goose Islands every year, you know, and all
I
that.
do too,
but,
yeah. Every year for the last 2 years since I've been here.
but I like that peanut butter Yeti. I like the Hardywood, the gingerbread stouts. Man, I do love a good stout. But hell, I'll drink it, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on with that stout that we buy every year.
Mm-hmm.
I made friends with the guy down at Lowe's, and he says, "Hey, we're having this thing going on today. You can only buy one, but you can buy as many as you want.
No.
So come back, and I'll have some for you." So I came back, and after about $70, I had a few.
Yeah, they this year, last year you could get 2 of each variant and 12 of the base on day one on Black Friday. This year they only allowed 6. It was half of everything. You could get 6 of the base and 1 each of the variants. Now it saved me a lot of money, but
I wonder why. I wonder why they did that.
Because too many people are trying to get it, and they don't have enough to go around.
Well, this year it could have been the supply chain too, right?
Now, you go back the next day. Well, and it's what was it? Budweiser? Is that who bought Goose Island?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they should be able to ramp up and supply whatever. You know, hell, they got a whole fucking year to make it. I mean, but yeah, they have the power of the Clydesdales behind them. I mean, they can ramp up production. But no, it's but you can go back the next day and they have cases of the regular base left. Now that was this year, and I tell you what, I went back and I tried the different years because I had the 2019, 2020, and 2021, and the 2020 to 2021, people were talking about, oh, the 2020 was so much better. There wasn't that much. When you're doing them side by side, yeah, there was a hint more like coffee bitterness to the 2021, barely over the 2020. Right? I like it because I like espresso. Like if I go to a restaurant and my wife and I go and we have a romantic dinner or whatever, I'll get a creme brulee for dessert because I'm not a big dessert guy, but I like the custard and the cracking sugar on top, you know. And then I'll get a double shot of espresso because as soon as I finish that, I want to chase it and get that sugar off my tongue, you know. So,
and then when you get home, you're flying around for the next couple hours after the
something
espresso.
like that. Well, now I just get my anti-espresso here and kick back and relax. Yeah, that'll bring you back down to earth. Grab one of those cast drinks up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Square Table, how's it going? Yo. All right. Well, we had talked about nose and bourbons, and if you missed it, you can go back and watch that later when it posts. But we're sipping on Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA right now.
It was very good, by the way.
Yeah, New Belgium makes. I think they do. Does New Belgium make Fat Tire?
Fat Tire.
I think so.
I don't remember seeing that there. Yeah, I was in a spot that said New Belgium all over the place.
Right. Yeah, they have a lot of beer. They do a lot. But I think they do. And see, now it's bugging me. I got to pull out my phone here. That's why I'm not a beer spurt.
Sometimes the best of us have to look it up. The Google Bible.
Fat Tire Ale. New Belgium. Yep. Because I used to go, and now I know but I like Dogfish Head and different ones. I mean, I used to date myself here a little bit. My wife, she hasn't practiced law in 16 years, but or going on 17 now. But back that long ago, I was an information security officer at a hospital. She was a practicing attorney. We had a smaller house, all that type of stuff. I mean, we were rolling, and no kids, and at home anyway. I had two, but they were living with my ex-wife, and they would come. It was back and forth, with us, but here and there. But I would go to Big Daddy's liquor store in Fort Worth, and I would. When they saw me come in, they would like, "Oh, Mr. Hawkins," and they would push a cart and start grabbing cardboard boxes because they knew I was about to drop a couple $100 in there. So, and I would just get 6 packs of I would just raid the specialty beer section.
Yeah, you'd walk in with a sign saying, "I got $250 today. Get me what I want."
I didn't worry about money. I just filled the cart up with but I knew how much my refrigerator would hold. And it was a bigger refrigerator than that one. It was like a full size, but it was the freezer up top, big door at the bottom, and that was the beer fridge, and it was out in the garage. But it was, like I said, bigger cubic, inches and all that. And hey, John Ross, how's it going? And I would put the beer in there, lined up, labels forward, and there would be on 3 different shelves, just all beer, and no 2 beer were the same all the way down.
Wow.
And I forget how many I could fit across, but I would have that thing full. Now it didn't go all the way to the back because I would put the like if I had some left over and I bought another 6-pack, I would pull the older ones over and stack the new ones and then put them in front of them, rotate, the beer. But yeah, I had, and anyone that come over, they'd be like, hey, whatever, grab one. But now I drink Miller Lite.
But it's still full.
But I buy bourbons.
Oh yeah.
I spend all my money on bourbon now. All right, you want some more?
Sure.
Yeah, before it gets warm.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. The notes I smelled today. This one's got a beer note.
Well, I'm gonna swirl this around, and I'm gonna pour some in here, and then get that bottom residue kick in there. There you go. Cheers, everybody. I don't know how long we plan on going tonight, but I'm not in any hurry. There's nothing really. I was trying to get into Olympics again. I used to watch Olympics, and I don't know. I haven't gotten an excitement for it this year. I don't know why.
I like the Winter Olympics, but I don't like the Summer Olympics. They seem boring, but when you watch some guy go down the hill in a luge,
Woodford,
that's exciting.
Double oaked, yeah, that Woodford double oak. They call it a finished bourbon, but really, if you don't put it, if you're just putting it in another oak barrel that hasn't been used, I mean, okay. No, I like the double oak. I don't even buy the regular Woodford. It's not that much more for the double oaked, and I think it has more oaky notes that come out in it, and I like it better. Woodford's really sweet, so it needs some of that oak coming out in it to counterbalance some of that sweetness. I don't really care for the regular Woodford as much as I like the double oaked. I think it tames it a little bit on the sweetness scale. So how's everybody doing? If anybody wants to come up, I can start sharing the link out.
It's Saturday night.
Saturday night. I'm gonna hit the invite thing here.
Can I get sued for saying it that way?
No,
because Saturday night always says it that, you know.
I don't care how they say it. I wouldn't sit here and do a monologue on a cold open and then, you know, say it. But
well, I just like to throw a quick hello out to my uncle. I think he's watching tonight from California. Cheers to you, Charles.
Cheers. So the technical let's be serious about bourbon section is over with.
Right.
So we're just gonna get silly now.
This is the Saturday night sip version.
Yep, sip along. See, that's why we call it sip along. So feel free to grab your favorite.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
Sip along right with us. Yep.
Yeah, somebody was saying, well, I don't drink. And I said, well, get apple juice then.
What are you watching this for?
Yeah. Yeah, drink, sip on some Sierra Mist. I don't care. Call it sparkling wine. Yeah, the regular. Okay. Yeah. Now the Woodford Double Oak is very, very similar to the regular Woodford. I think it's just a little edges it a little
But
bit.
you can't really tell because regular is
so well oaky. if you do them side by side, you will tell the difference. You can, you know. But if you're a regular Woodford drinker, you will notice the difference. But if you're not a regular Woodford drinker, you want to put them side by side, you know. Like if someone drank, like as I always say, if you can't find Eagle Rare, get Michter's US one. Sipping on Fireball. See, that'll get your palate ready to try the Woodford. Got to wake up the taste buds.
That will definitely do them.
You know, I've been thinking about finding a good like IPA or something that a little Fireball cinnamon kick would go good with. I don't have any here right now, but I do have some peppermint schnapps over there.
Oh no, I don't have one either. I think I do have a fire. No, I don't think. I thought I had a fire.
All right, we got Mr. Great Shot in the house.
Hi,
Let
Mr.
me
Great
change
Shot.
this layout. There we go.
How you doing?
Doing well. Yourself?
Oh yeah,
Excellent,
we're doing
yeah.
well. He's got a snifter going there.
Yeah, a little Glencairn. Got some of that good old Texas whiskey in there.
Oh, is that the Garrison Brothers or?
No, this one is Balcones. It's their
Okay. Yep.
Was the ZZ Top one. With the Tres Hombres.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been wanting to get my hands on that, and I can't get it around here.
Were we just talking about them? The steak restaurant?
No, that's for Telly.
Kelly's for What?
Oh, Balcones for Telly's, whatever.
Yeah, same thing.
Go on half a dozen. What's your shirt?
That's pretty good.
I need a hug. Oh
yeah.
Oh, got it.
A huge
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm still trying to wake up. Well, what happened was I slept good, and I didn't get up till 11 o'clock today, and I just kept laying there, you know. And I got up and I got ready and I went and ate lunch, and I went to this Mexican restaurant up the street, and I tried to eat everything they had on the menu, and then when I got back, I was lunch drunk, you know, from eating all that food.
Sleepy again.
And I sat back down in the recliner, and my eyes got heavy a few times. So I've gotten lots of sleep.
Sometimes that's just what the doctor ordered. Got to catch up for a few weeks or so there.
That's right. Well, over the past couple of weeks, I've had insomnia issues. I couldn't sleep, and
Yeah.
that over an 8-day period, I may have gotten 11 hours of sleep altogether, and none of it good. None of
Yeah.
it deep REM sleep or anything. And I think I am. I'm catching up from that hiatus I took from taking a hiatus.
Yeah.
The hiatus from taking a siesta.
John Ross sipping on Fireball right now. Ooh.
Yeah.
So you can't get better than this, man. Saturday night, sipping on a good IPA with good people out there.
Yeah,
Can't get better than that, huh?
We're sipping on a pretty good IPA after drinking some really good whiskey.
Yeah. No.
Oh, there you go.
Bourbon.
Well, bourbon is a whiskey.
No, whiskey can't. No, wait a minute.
All bourbons
all
are
whiskey.
whiskey, but not all whiskeys are bourbon.
Bourbons, right. Okay.
There you go. Very true.
Cheers.
I'm a Kentucky boy, so cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, I'm a Kentucky boy living in Texas, so
There you go. Well, still, 95% of all bourbons come out of Kentucky right now. So
you live in Texas right now?
Hmm?
Did you say you lived in Texas?
Yeah, I'm in Austin.
Oh, how is it out there? I heard it was getting really cold.
Hey, it's warmed up today. It's in the 40s right now, I guess.
Okay, that's all.
Last couple of days it was down in the teens and 20s. We had that ice storm that came through, got everybody on the whole, all the way up from here to basically the East Coast. So yeah, all that came through here, and we had about a quarter of an inch of ice on everything. Shut the whole town down for a couple of days.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
These people right here ain't got no clue about snow, much less ice. So they're just like, "Oh, forget it! Shut the town down. We can't handle it."
Man, I tell you what, and the guys because I lived in Texas for 18 years, and for the last several years, I lived down at close to Hillsboro, Texas, and I worked in Fort Worth. Hillsboro is where, you know how 35 splits at Denton, and 35W goes to Fort Worth, and 35E goes to Dallas. Well, Hillsboro is where they come back together again.
Oh, up above it.
Yeah, it creates this huge vagina around DFW. Yeah, and I lived just north of Hillsboro out, and we had 10 acres of land, menagerie of animals, and donkeys, llamas, chickens, pigs, the whole gambit. And we let's see, sweet cold Coors Light. Yep, that's right. Now I still have a couple of cans of Coors Light, but I switched to Miller Lite.
I can't do that Coors Light. That's just like beer flavored water.
Here, you gotta actually press it. It's not a tap. This is a Mac, not a Windows.
So Windows is a tap and a Mac is a press. That's
Windows,
a bad thing, right?
Windows is a tap or press.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
And Windows is usually a double tap.
Right, but the reason the Mac doesn't do it is because I don't accidentally click on something without pressing. Right, it's a capacitive press. So if I'm just hovering over this and I'm trying to move my finger up off the pad and put it back down to move, it's not going to accidentally click it. You actually have to click it.
Okay.
Got to hydrate somehow. That's right. That's what I always said when I was drinking Coors Light. I got to stay hydrated.
There you go. That's good summer beer. Although I'm still drinking like a Guinness or something like that in the summertime. If I drink.
Yeah, I'll tell you one of my favorite summertime beers is. See, now I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's a mango, really crisp. It's a mango Kolsch, and it has a picture of Uncle Sam on it, and he's got some mangoes in his hand, and he's got the hat, big hat, top hat on, and all that stuff, And now I can't think of the name of the brewery that did it. I can get it up here pretty readily at my Total Wine. I tried it one day, and man, it is so crisp and so clean. I mean, it is just, and it's so clear in the glass, and it's got just the right hint of mango to it that it is just refreshing. It's sort of like when you put cucumber in water, ice water in the summer, and you get that little kick in there. It's got that. It's got that mango little note to it, Yep. But that's one of my favorite for pulling that Traeger out or getting the charcoals out and cooking some brats.
I got the old school Kentucky style pit up here now. I couldn't go with the Texas style stuff. They smoke a holy crap out of shit around here.
Oh yeah. Oh, we had the big offset smoker, huge. But one of my favorite things to cook on when we had that property out there was they left tractor tires behind. The people that sold the house, and they moved, and I had these 2 big ass tractor tires laying out there, and we broke the tires. And if you've never broken a tractor tire off of a rim, it's not easy. There's
sledgehammer time.
A regular tire off of a rim. It's not easy.
No, there's some sawzall involved in there. And,
it's all sledgehammer.
Yeah, sledgehammers and crowbars and everything else. We got those 2 rims out of there, and they have the rim, and it has that mount plate, the hub plate on it. And one of them we took the plate out of, and the other one we left it in. And the one we left the plate in was the bottom unit of the cooker. And then we had a rebar that we had welded in a T, and it would fit in that rim. And then we would stack wood on that T.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And it wouldn't fall over. It would sit there and fall in half eventually. And then we would just rack more of them up around it. But it would turn wood to coal really, really fast. And we would rake those coals around, and I would start with oak. You have to just look.
All right. I got it.
No, don't tap it. Just press.
Sorry.
Just, yeah. And so we would do that. Now I would get a good base going with oak, and then we had a mesquite tree on property, and mesquite, if you hadn't messed with it, be careful.
Oh, I hate it.
Big thorns on it.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, and
I've flipped so many tires from that stupid mesquite thorns. Oh my God!
But we
ain't got that stuff in Kentucky.
Yeah, we'd take that mesquite and block it up, and then I would throw a bunch of blocks of mesquite in there on that oak, and I'd have a layer of coal going about that thick, and then I'd throw all that mesquite logs in there and let it go to coal, and then we had an expanded metal thing we cut to fit the top of the rim, and we could either put it on that lower rim and sear stuff, or we could put the rim on top of that rim and then put the expanded metal and do stuff like brats, where you don't want to cook too fast.
I see, my pit's more like I have a big box. It's all sealed off. It's made out of concrete blocks, but on the inside, it's all lined with fire brick, and it's covered on the top and the door in the front. And then to the side of it, I have like a box like you're talking about, where I just burn wood and then shovel the coals from there and put underneath. That's my style of pit. And down here, I'm lucky enough. I mean, they cook with oak and mesquite and all that stuff, but I'm lucky enough that I have access to pecan. So I use pecan. And then I have when I moved my parents down here, I cut a cherry tree down off the property, and I brought the whole tree down here with me. So I still have a bunch of chunks of cherry wood, and I use that in the pit as well to help give it some flavor.
Yeah, any fruit bearing tree is good for smoking.
Yeah, cherry.
Can't lie, I was going to cut down the cherry tree.
Now I will say
it was me.
I know.
We had 120 acres of woods up there, so there's plenty of wood to cut.
It's not going to miss it.
And oak trees have acorns on them, but what I try to tend to stick with is fruit that's edible, right? And that's a nut, and a pecan's a nut, but pecans taste good, And it's apple wood's another one I like to smoke with.
Yep, I've got some apple too. I haven't used it yet, but
so the honey orange Chiprel?
Yep.
I'll have to see if that's at the store, and I'll get some for next week.
Oh, triple buck.
Oh. Grab this little 7 out of here.
Oh, sun's gone down. I might have to grab me something flannel to throw on. I'll get that in a cigar in a minute. I got to get another pour here shortly, anyways. Figure out what I want to drink next.
So, what's your favorite cigar bourbon?
I don't know. Most of them pair pretty good with a cigar for me.
Yeah, I like the
They might.
one that has a longer finish on it, spicier finish.
Yeah. I saw that Joseph Magnus in the store, but it wasn't a cigar blend. It was a different one from them. So I didn't pick that one up. But I recently got Smoke Wagon. I think that might be pretty good with a cigar.
It
The
is.
uncut,
That's my
unfiltered.
favorite.
Okay, I'll grab that one then next.
Well, I will say this:
I
the
mean,
Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered is my favorite.
that's the one I got.
Yeah.
They had the other one too, but I didn't grab that one because I wanted the bottle on that one. I wanted to try it because I'd never see it around here very often. So I saw it and I'm like, oh my God, give me a bottle of that. And it turns out that bottle is really wine shaped. It's
Yep.
more like a tall, skinny wine bottle. And my friend has a kiln and she's been slumping glass and stuff. So I've had her slump me a couple of different bottles, like about Balcones and stuff like that, and they don't do real well. Well, here you go.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
they're just as far as being able to put a cigar on there and it not point downhill. It doesn't do real well. But the wine
Right.
bottles do really good. So I figured that Smoke Wagon bottle will do just awesome with all the decoration and everything on it. I don't know
Yeah,
about that
but
little
the
medallion
wax
that's
is
on
going to
there.
melt out of it. Yeah, it's got
That
that
little
black
medallion.
circle.
What is that? Is that plastic?
Plastic. Yeah, I think it's waxy plastic, something like that. Groovy
Okay.
ahoy. How's it going?
I'll go after that with like a blow dryer or something and get that out, and then maybe put it back in if it's still viable.
I mean, it would just
Might look
melt,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, in the kiln, it would melt and catch on fire and
Yeah.
smoke and make a heck of a mess. So I want to get it
Yeah.
out of there for her. That way, it's doesn't make a mess in her kiln. She bitches at me about it or something. So
There you go.
we got to keep that option open on me. Make me another one. That way I can take it over to Crowded Barrel and give them one. Because their
Now,
Crowded Barrel is just up the road from me.
yeah, a long time ago, my wife and I were sweating wine labels off of wine bottles, where you do the sink of hot water and you have a cooling rack in there or something, and you set the bottles in, and you put a plastic tub upside down and let that steam in there,
Yeah.
and then it breaks the glue loose, and then you can get the labels off. And I've been thinking about doing that with some of these bourbon bottles when I empty them out.
Yeah.
And sweating the labels off and making me a board, or getting a unstamped bourbon barrel cap, right?
Okay.
And put a bunch of different labels on there. And you can take the paste and put the little like school paste, like the little kids had, and you can stick them all on that wood, and then you can varnish over all that, and then it'll
probably
yeah.
What do you call it? Epoxy or something? Put like a good thick coat of epoxy on it.
You can just that or just clear varnish. It'll work too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool.
And instead of having a Buffalo Trace stamp bourbon or something, I could have all these different labels on it.
There you go. My buddy did that with a table. He had a great big chunk of I think it was cypress or something, and he put coasters. All kinds of different coasters. He had them laid out all over the table, and then epoxy coated the whole thing about 3/8 of an inch thick. Turned out really cool.
And I've seen people do that with beer caps. If you're real careful and don't just bend it, when you get them off, and just kind of work around and get your caps off smooth, and then you can lay them. And what I saw was a guy had a big old thick 3/4 inch piece of plywood, and then he painted it, and then sanded it a little and painted it, and then took a quarter round, or not quarter round, but like a little thicker than quarter round, like a edge, like a door facing stuff, put all around the table, and then laid all those beer caps in there and poured that epoxy in there and filled it all the way up to the edge of that molding. And then it was smooth, and you could look down in there and see all those beer caps. But yeah, you could do something real similar with Yeah, Groovy. Did someone ask about his cramping? I'm sure he's getting over it by now.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab me a slice of that smoke wagon.
Okay.
How's your grippers there, Groovy? I was feeling bad for you, but you do it to yourself. So that's what somebody I wasn't feeling my spry usual self. Put it that way.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, I had a little hangover,
Oh, just a little.
just a little. And somebody was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Don't be. I did it to myself."
Yeah, John Ross, that's good advice for everybody. Be safe out there.
Yeah, because you have to be careful going home because you don't want to get pulled over as you're walking up that hill.
Yeah, I know. Cops are really thick around here. As a matter of fact, I got one for the next door neighbor, so gotta hope he's not coming home while I'm staggering.
But there would be no public intoxication because you're on private property all the way home.
That's right.
Because my property's private, your property's private, so you would never hit anything public on the way home.
Yeah, so as he was leaving, I would be putting my foot out in the street every once in a while as he was driving away.
Now, there is an easeway. People don't realize that either. You have to mow it and you have to keep up with it or they'll give you a ticket, but you don't own that land.
We don't?
Not right next to the road.
Well, then I'm going to send them the bill for the mowing.
Doesn't work that way. But yeah, if you're walking on your own property between the ditch and the road, they can get you for public intoxication right there.
Yeah, they get my buddy a ticket for DUI, and he was on his horse.
Horse. Horse has a brain.
He was driving a horse. But he got a ticket any damn way.
I would have been like, define driving. Because
was he driving the horse or was the horse driving him?
Well, I think the horse had imbibed a little bit too, but we're not real sure about that.
Hard to give
the horse where he was going. He was on the way back home, so it wasn't no problem for him. He'd been there before.
My horse was on his way home, and I just laid on his
caught a ride. Horse would know he was going. I just caught a ride with him.
That's right.
I'm too drunk to drive, so No
Everything's spicy.
All right, David Bays.
Saturday afternoon.
And the fact that David Bays wore the Bourbon Bounty hat today, and I picked up 2 more subscribers. Maybe I picked them up because he wore the hat. Mr. Fulton, I can't see you. You're solid. You're coming in solid white down there. Oh, there's a logo. Can you show me yourselves? Oh, are you talking? Which hat are you talking about? Oh, it's a Lone Star thing. I get it. Yeah, no. I was talking about David Bays won a Bourbon Bounty logoed hat on the last giveaway, and he wore it today. Yeah, Mr. Great Shot doesn't mess around when he smokes cigars. He gets him. What is that?
Wow, that is a big stogie there.
Robusto.
I'm not sure size. It's my father.
Is that the Opulencia?
Garcia, my father. Where's your site? CT edition?
Yeah, I tried the My Father Opulencia. It won all those awards one year, and I thought it was okay.
I don't
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I pick up different ones and just try this one or that one. I mean, one of my favorite ones is a cheap factory second called the number 99s.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's a good cheap cigar, but it's really tasty,
Oh
and
yeah.
I like them. Especially if you're out playing, an actual round of golf or something like that. If
Yep.
you set it down to putt or whatever, and you walk off and forget it, it's only like $1 something a cigar. Who cares?
Excuse
Grab
me
the
for a
other
minute,
one.
everybody.
All right. Well, I'm waiting on Mr. Fulton to get his stuff working down there. He's in the basement, but it's just a solid. There's a logo, and I'm
My
trying to get
voice.
him.
What's wrong with my voice?
Maybe he wants to be in a metal band.
Yeah. Oh, hell, I've been smoking for way too many years. I'm serious. I was stealing Dad's Pall Mall non-filters in the 2nd grade. Come on now.
Yeah. Oh man, back when we were kids. Now I'm working off of an assumption here, but you look as old as I do, at least.
I'm 52.
Okay, we could buy cigarettes when we were kids.
Yeah. And when I went over to St. Thomas, legal age over there was 18 to drink. So I was good
All
then.
right. Yeah.
They changed it right before I turned, what was it? I forgot when they changed it, the legal age to 21.
Yeah, in Arkansas, I grew up in Southeast Arkansas, which I was not that far from Louisiana, and Louisiana had consumption age was 21, but the legal age to purchase was 18.
No.
So we would drive to Louisiana, buy beer, and then bring it back to Arkansas and consume it.
So you were bootlegging.
We were. Well, personal
That's
consumption.
okay. My town was dry. Anyway, I lived in a town in Kentucky that everything was dry. The only places that had any kind of liquor or beer were your Elks Club and stuff like that. The American Legion,
Right.
people like that. Kind of on the down low sort of thing. So you couldn't buy any alcohol at all unless you went to a different county, and then you could get stuff. But and we had bootleggers in town. Of course, we also had moonshiners too. So
I think if I were the state of Kentucky, I would make it illegal to be a dry county in my state.
Heck, what is it? I forgot what county it was. It's was it Beam? That's still dry.
I don't know.
I can't remember now.
I know we had a dry county in Arkansas. Well, there was a few, but one of them was right where our deer camp was, and the county was dry. So we would, of course, you drive 3 or 4 miles and you hit County Line Liquor.
Yep.
And that's every one of the liquor stores on any road leaving that county was County Line Liquor.
There you go. Yep. I'm headed back to Kentucky in March. I'm gonna take my dad's ashes up there and spread them up there. He passed away a month or two ago with COVID. Well, complications due to COVID. He had COPD and some other stuff, so it didn't handle it real well. So
yeah, my father-in-law well, he wasn't. I say my father-in-law, my mother-in-law's husband. Because my wife's father and mother were divorced, so here, let me pour this in there.
Don't forget to swirl.
I swirled it.
Oh, okay.
I swirled it. You got some clouds. There you
go.
And but he had a heart condition. He had a stroke. He had, all this stuff, and then he got COVID and didn't make it. But we weren't expecting him to, because that guy could have got bit by a flea, and he was not hanging on real well.
Yeah, the weird thing was too with him. The weird thing too was, I was in Colorado with him working for this man I work with occasionally, and he had COVID. We didn't know what it was at the time, and then everybody in the house got sick. So figured out that that's what it was once we sent Dad back down to Kentucky, because I was working about 8,500 feet of elevation. So, his oxygen levels were doing crap. So we're like, well, you need to get the heck out of this oxygen, less environment, go back down to Austin where it's, basically zero, and sent him back down to here, and then found out he had COVID, and then they got tested, and everybody had COVID. The whole house had COVID but me. I never caught it at all, so kind of weird. But
Well,
I still haven't caught it. We've been a hot spot around here for a while now, and I still ain't, Then again, I'm not around a whole lot of people, so.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing that helped me out with COVID. It was, I always said nothing against anybody, but I generally just don't like people. I'm talking about in general, because there's a lot of fucking dumbasses out there.
I agree with you.
And I'm not saying everybody is, but we know a lot of good people from this. But man, the average Joe you meet on the street, and no offense about your first name.
Yeah, that's right. How about the average Bob?
Yeah, the average Doug you meet out there,
Yeah, there's a whole lot of them, and the thing I found too is the population. You get like around here in Austin, where you have a couple million population. There's more of them, just because of population density.
You know how if you plant a hot pepper next to a mild pepper, the mild
you get hot banana peppers,
hotter, but the hot pepper will get milder, right? Because it cross pollination between them. And I think that's what happens in some big metropolitan areas is people cross pollinate and they dumb everybody.
Yeah. Oh, my mom was mad this year because she planted some, she had some jalapenos for me, and then next to it she planted some of those yellow banana peppers, and she was pissed because those banana peppers were hot. She's like, "Oh my God," I'm like, "Well, it's called cross pollination, Mom."
Yep.
But we have those little chinkapin peppers down here. Well, they're chili pekin, I think they call them. They call them chinkapin or bird peppers. Those things are, they're itty bitty. They're they're tiny, but they're really tasty. But they pack about 5 to 6 times as much heat as a normal jalapeno does. So they're pretty good, though. I give them. Oh yeah, they're scorching for a little bitty old pepper. They're pretty dang hot.
Well, and Joe and I
were talking about pepper or something.
Yeah, Joe and I were talking about peppers today, and we were Google searching, some of the stuff, and there's such a range on even the Carolina Reaper can go from 1 point, I think it was 1.4 million up to 2.2 million or something like that. Whatever
2.5 million.
And and that's supposed to be the hottest pepper, but then the chocolate bootla, its range is in there and it goes up to 2 million. And I was like, because people were talking about, I had a chocolate bootla. I swear it's hotter than the Carolina Reaper. Well, which one did you have? What grower did you get it from? Because that range of pepper, if you got a 1.2 or 3 million Carolina Reaper, and then they had a 1.8 to 2 million chocolate bootla, well, yeah, it's freaking hotter. But overall, the Carolina Reaper has a potential to have the highest.
But either one are going to make your tongue fall out.
Right. Yeah. For me, anyway.
It just melt your face down. That's too much for me. I'm not like everything spicy, and some of these other guys were. I can't handle that much heat. I like a little bit of heat, enough to make you break out in a sweat, and that's about good enough.
See, I can't do any of it because of a medical freaking allergy I have. I used to do it, and I was trying to build up a tolerance, and I was like, yeah, I can do this, I won't get graphic, but yeah. What I've told somebody, they said, oh, this, that. And I said, no, when you start losing pints of blood, you have to stop.
No. Yeah, it's time to quit. And you got bleeding ulcers and things like that.
I literally thought I had cancer.
Oh, God.
And I went to the doctor, and I had coffee ground stool, and they checked me out and said, no, you're allergic to peppers.
I don't think you can have
Oh,
cancer
damn.
anything hot, right? Want to burn it right
Are you
out of
allergic to capsaicin?
Yeah, something. It's some oil that's in common. Like I can eat wasabi. Like I could take
Okay.
wasabi and like eat it all day, and it doesn't have the same oils in it as
Yeah.
like pepper.
Okay, so it's like the capsaicin or something.
Yeah, it's something that gets me. But I just stay away. I can't even eat jalapenos
Oh, dang.
in any volume. I mean, if something has jalapeno in it,
Is it
it's not like a peanut allergy. Like I'm not gonna fall out and die, but I wouldn't be
okay?
able to sustain and eat that over time because it would build up, and then I would start bleeding again, and then they would have to go in and fix it, and then
Does it translate into like banana peppers or green peppers, things like
no,
that?
maybe I don't push it,
I don't know. It
Yeah,
might
okay.
translate into your banana peppers.
but if I'm
Yeah.
eating, like there was a pizza one time, and salad. If I make a salad at a restaurant and they have
Yeah.
they're really not banana peppers. They're what's the Italian pepper that looks like a banana pepper?
Pepperoncini.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'll bite the end of it and like pour the juice all around on the salad,
Oh, yeah.
and then I eat it along with the salad. As long as I don't
Yep.
overdo it, I'm okay.
Everything in moderation.
Right. But
You're
you
right. The
cannot.
smoke wagon goes really good with the cigar.
Oh, it does. It does. That's my favorite. But you can't build up a tolerance in moderation.
No.
No.
Yeah, you can build maybe a small tolerance.
No, but I like curry dishes with but I have to be careful with the Thai pepper even.
I'm not a big curry fan.
And I have
What's
to
Thai
tell
pepper?
them low heat, keep it low.
Yeah, I like Thai food. High heat. Keep it high.
Yep. I'm trying to get my wife to go get me a bowl of pho. I like that stuff. I got plenty of good Vietnamese restaurants around here. That's one thing that's good about here in Austin is there's plenty of good places to eat. I mean, no matter the difference what you want. If you want Vietnamese, if you want Ethiopian, if you want, a burger, whatever, there's gobs of good stuff to eat around here.
We had a lot of different types of restaurants in California too. That's where I'm from. I moved here 2 years ago. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ethiopian food, and we tried all the restaurants, the different types of restaurants, and I think a good old hamburger still kills it.
And I used to put habaneros in my hamburger meat when I would do burgers, and loved it. And I miss that. That's one thing I do miss, because for years and years I haven't been able to put the peppers and stuff because I don't want to push it, But I used to take a habanero, and I wouldn't even take the seeds out. I would take a habanero and cut the stem off of it and just sit there and chop it into little bits. And I would just scrape that off into the hamburger meat. And I would put 2 or 3 habaneros in a pound of ground beef. And they were small. And then I would, mix all that up with seasoning and everything, and I like salting my meat before I make it into patties. Because then all you guys are outside, and I'd make my hamburger meat up with spices and salt and stuff a day ahead of time. And that salt breaks that protein down a little bit, and pull, and man, that's some good burgers. And I can't figure out why somebody can't do that here, because it doesn't cost anything to throw salt on hamburger meat and then let it sit in a tub in a walk-in, and then go pull it out the next day and then patty it up.
Costs time, and everybody's in such a hurry that
they get it way ahead of time. All you got to do is bust. You're paying some little old kid a couple $2 an hour. Just have them salt the meat and put it in a tub.
I'm gonna have some axes tonight myself. My wife is over at her friend's house, so I'm at the place to myself, and she's not much of a wild game person. So I mean, I was raised on it. I mean, if we could kill it, if it was running around in the farm there, and we could kill it and eat it, we would, and we did. Wow. But see, she's not, unless it says a HEB on the stamp, then she's like, oh no, I ain't eating that. I don't know. But I'm gonna have me some
like
Axis meat. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I think Mr. Great Shot already shouted it out, but you're drinking that Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. Somebody asked what you had in your Glencairn.
That was cooler running. Yeah, it's really good. I like it, especially with the cigar. It's really good.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
a nice long finish to it.
Yep, that's my favorite cigar bourbon. Now, the cigar I like with the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered is Oliva Serio. I think that cigar pairs excellent with that bourbon.
I know that cigar.
Yep.
I've got a cigar I bet you haven't seen. First time I've seen one. I'm gonna run in and grab it, see if you can identify it.
I'm not that big. I'm not a cigar expert, but
I'm not either. I'm by no means a cigar aficionado at all. But I'll be right back.
All right. I've had Macanudos and Olivas and my father's and Romeo and Juliet's. But I do know there's two major cigar areas, Honduras and Colombia. And there's this distinct difference between Honduran cigars and Colombia cigars.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Here, check this one. Let's see if you can see it.
That looks like an old rough dick.
Oh, wow.
Leaf by man.
Well, you've had that for a while, huh?
Yeah, what does that say by who?
No. It's wrapped in an actual tobacco leaf. That's not the cigar. It's just wrapped in that to keep it the humidity right on it. It says leaf by Oscar. It's Connecticut.
Okay.
Here,
now I have heard of Connecticut cigars, and I've heard Connecticut has some good cigars come out of there.
Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't opened it up yet, but here you go. See, it's actual.
Yeah.
It's an actual leaf of tobacco.
Damn.
How do you smoke it?
Now you got to pull the cigar out of the leaf.
You gotta take the whole leaf off. See.
I thought you had to
the leaf
cut off
there.
the end or something.
And
look,
there's your actual cigar.
Yeah, I like that.
But it's wrapped in that leaf, just to keep it hydrated like it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's an actual whole leaf of tobacco.
Man, that's nice.
That is pretty cool.
So I saw that at a local place around me. I'm like, dude, I have never seen one like that. I've got to get that and try it. So I picked up 2 of them.
Yeah.
What if Wine and Stuff has it?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it. I mean, I've walked through their humidor a bunch of times. I haven't seen anything that looked like an old rusty donkey dick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of wrapped it back up, but I did a piss poor job of it. But it'll be all right. It'd definitely be better than smoking it right out the barn, because like I said, I'm from Kentucky, and you twist you one right up out of the barn, you'll remember that.
Now we can order cigars.
We can?
Yes, it's only alcohol we can't order.
I can't get any alcohol here.
Other stuff besides alcohol.
We can't have alcohol shipped to our home. Well, when I say alcohol,
Me neither.
I mean the spirits, the 80 proof.
So I came from California, where you could get anything.
Oh yeah.
There was a liquor store right across the street from my house, and about a couple years ago, marijuana got legalized. So there was a pot dispensary right across the street from my house. So I could get anything. And then I moved here and nothing.
Welcome to the Bible Belt.
Bible Belt, yeah.
Joe, would you like a beer?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Okay.
Are those red cans Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
It's a Coke. It's the new Coke Zero. Or I have a high.
Yeah, we do.
Coke.
John Ross, we do grow some amazing herb in Kentucky, but nowadays they're growing a lot better stuff than we normally would in other places like California and a few other places. go where they've legalized it. They haven't legalized it in Kentucky yet. I think they've got the hemp stuff going now because where else could you grow, fields of hemp easily? But Kentucky is an easy place to grow it. It's a weed.
Yeah,
it grows
It's a
easy.
weed. That's right. Yeah, and it comes out of the ground. So
can't really kill it. And if you, that's what kills me about the illegal, like they won't let people grow hemp. If hemp has no THC, and
very little.
Same thing with peppers. If you plant hemp next to marijuana, it'll kill the THC of the marijuana.
Yep, cross pollination.
Yep.
Well, that's a lesson learned.
So I can't figure out why they continue to make hemp illegal to grow, to make roads.
Mainly because I think that you people like Hanes and stuff like that, they don't want to get on the market where there's a lot of it, because making clothing and stuff like that out of hemp lasts 5 times as long as a cotton.
Yeah.
So they don't want that on the market.
Well,
you get you a hemp T-shirt, and then you get you one out of cotton like this is, and then you wash the holy crap out of them for 5 years, and that hemp one will be like brand new and actually more comfortable. And then the cotton ones wore out.
Oh yeah.
So
you got holes in the armpit.
They don't want that,
Yeah, John Ross, they can't regulate it.
Well, what it is it's
that.
lobbyists.
Yeah.
It's lobbyists. And that's the whole thing, is the people with the money have the lawyers, right?
Yeah.
And
who's making the money?
The ones with the most lawyers get what they want.
And the ones with the most lawyers are alcohol right now. And if they passed anything that had to do with marijuana, then
that ring you got on.
Then the alcohol.
Is that one of those? No, that's not one. But it looks kind of like it. Man, there's a ring.
This was made of hemp.
Hemp. Okay, you got a hemp ring. But they're making them now where they have wood rings, like out of bourbon barrel staves.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I've been looking at.
I've seen those.
But they're $300 or $400 a ring, and I haven't. You know how many bottles of bourbon I can buy? So I haven't pulled the trigger on one yet.
So don't pull the trigger. Let's wait till September when they have that big flea market. I'm sure they'll
have some.
Have a bunch of them. Yeah, they have everything.
There you go. And let my big dog out.
I'll have to go get fleas.
I thought I'd been to the biggest flea market on the planet, but then I came here and I went to Virginia on Memorial Day, and I have never seen one like that. It was like 3 miles, both sides, and at the end was a gun show. I mean, you couldn't get much better than that.
I don't want to walk 6 miles to find a ring.
Well, yeah, I know. We'd have to
rent my doggy.
Yeah. I'll get my hover round.
Did you see my dog?
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Delta.
Dog.
She's a pretty dog. She's got blue eyes.
That looks like a bird dog, man.
Yeah, it does.
From what I gather from the vet, she's a Russian short-haired pointer.
Yeah, pointer. That's a bird dog.
Yep.
Because
that's not the biggest bird hunter, so
quail, and they would go, it's right over here.
Yeah. She'd rather go bark at cows and point out ducks or doves for me. So,
Yeah, when they would do that, they would train those dogs, and those dogs would run up to a point. It would not spook the doves or quail or whatever, and usually field quail, and they would point. And that gives you an opportunity to get your guns ready and everything, and then you go, get, and then they would run in there, and then boom, 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 you can,
Oh yeah.
Pick them up. Man,
we used to have a cabin when I was a kid, and I didn't know quail was good eating, so we would feed them, and there'd be like 50 of them right in front of us. I'd be throwing out feed for them.
Ooh, quail's good, boy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, quail's good eating.
I
missed out on that one.
Yeah, I was working on my uncle's farm one time, and they had me go out, and my aunt, she would take, she always wore an apron. This is old school shit on the farm, She'd pull that apron up and put chicken feed over in it and then she'd walk out there and start scattering here and scattering there, and she'd pick out one she wanted to get. It'd be pecking around. She'd throw some more feed and reach down there and grab it by the neck and snap its neck and throw it over to the side, and then throw the rest of the feed out, to the rest of the chickens. And that chicken be over there flopping around, all that.
Yep.
And so she said, "Here, you go get a chicken, and I'll fry a chicken." And I was out there breaking horses and whatever, So I went out there, and I went out there with that feed, and I had my shirt pulled up, like her apron, and I had a little feed in there, and I was throwing feed, and I'd never done it before. Now I had, wrung a squirrel's neck because, you shoot it and it's not quite dead yet, that type of stuff. But I didn't know, and I didn't want to not do it right. So I took the chicken out like that. Like I wanted to make sure I got the snap on the neck and the body.
Hello, chicken head.
And I had a chicken head in my hand.
Yep. Snap them like a whip and wind up with chicken head in your hand.
She goes, "Well, I'll do it."
Yep. That's where you get that old expression, running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Boy, that sucker didn't run at all. It flew about 30 feet and hit the ground and just laid there. But it would snap its neck, and then it would quit flopping around. And then she would take it and pull it across a log and take a little axe and, chop the neck.
Yeah.
And then sit there and hold it by its feet and pluck it,
Yeah.
And then she could do that crap like that. But
I've plucked many.
She's
I've plucked many a chicken, and we used to raise rabbits for quite a while too. And so we raised bunches of rabbits, and would kill those and butcher them up, put them in the freezer. Which is tame rabbit is so much better than wild rabbit, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like swampers. Now,
rabbit's good.
Well, yeah, really, really good. Now, swamp rabbits are bigger. You get more meat off of them, but they're tough. And you got to. We can usually cube that meat. We run it through a cuber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
like a tenderizer.
Whitetails are tender. Whoo, and good.
Yep.
And that's the only dog hunting I ever did was beagles when we would train them to rabbit hunt. And they would go in and run a rabbit out of those briars, run them into the turn row, and boom. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad tasty. Those are good eating. Shoot them. But
squirrels are good.
Never did that.
Gray squirrel, not red. No, fox squirrels like a swamp rabbit is tough, hard to clean. But a gray squirrel, those are good eating.
Cheers, Saucy Shane.
Cheers, everybody.
Saucy knows exactly what I'm talking about. I bet that some bitch is eating every wild thing that crawled or walked or flew.
What's the best wild thing to eat?
Well, it depends. I
was asking Saucy.
Oh. I like deer meat a lot.
Well, yeah, that's obvious. Yeah. And lamb. Oh, I love lamb.
Jody, I was raised on deer meat, but until I got out here to Texas, and then they had axis meat down here, which looks like a big deer, but the horns are different. They're long and straight, kind of, and they got spots like a baby deer.
You're right. Yep.
But the meat on those, it's like beef. It's so good. It's so good.
Now
I like tender too.
Yeah, I like gamier meat.
Like elk or something like that.
Yeah, I love that. But elk doesn't have a lot of fat, so that's the trade-off, right? So in order to get something that's really gamey, they have to be in the wild eating whatever. That's where the gaminess comes from. You are what you eat. It tastes like whatever they've been eating. And I thought the deer in Texas tastes better than the deer in Arkansas because they ate mesquite pods all the time and it was sweeter meat.
Yeah.
But elk, anything out in the wild like that doesn't have a lot of fat on it.
And
flavor. So we would buy the bacon fat, like the end, like the thick cut, like the cheap bacon stuff, and we would grind it in with the deer meat and elk meat and things like that to add a fat content to it.
Ends and pieces. Good stuff. Yeah, typically what I would do with mine would be we would cut it up ourselves at the house and then take like all the meat that we had cut up to my butcher, which I actually wound up working for a while. But we would have him grind it up with either some beef or some pork fat. Mix
Yep.
that in with it, and then that way, if you make a deer burger, it actually sticks together. It doesn't just like
Yep.
fall apart and be a pain in your butt.
Oh, I'll tell you this. My dad had a Bradley smoker. It's like a Traeger, but it's a box, right? And
Okay.
but it's got shelves in it. But it uses the little hockey puck things,
Oh.
and you have a feeder sleeve, and you can put all your smoker chips or the pellets or the discs in there, and it pushes one over and it smokes. And when that one burns out, it pushes another one over there, and keep
Okay.
smoking. And what we would do is take that a third bacon ends and pieces and 2/3 deer meat.
There
And
you go.
we had a meat grinder. And we would run through maybe a pound or 2 pounds of deer meat and 1 pound of that. And we would mix it all together real good and then patty it all out and then freeze some of it, because you're dealing with a lot of meat there. And, but we would make the patties, put them on tinfoil on a shelf in that Bradley, and just let them smoke all the way till done. And then
There you
they
go.
were firm and they wouldn't fall apart. But you
Nice.
can put a
Okay.
little egg
Yeah.
in there.
Well, I'm definitely learning how to eat here and how to drink here.
Yeah.
What else? What else is there?
You go. I mean, there's people from around the world. We used to host foreign exchange students and stuff, and of course they couldn't imbibe while they were in, underage and stuff. But I've had foreign exchange student come back to visit and say, "I want to come back and do it right now." And they would come back to visit, and now that I can try shit on your shelf, I can, we can do this right,
Get a good experience.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, that smoke wagon is really tasty with this cigar.
Yeah.
Cigar's a little drying.
Is it dry?
No, it's in order. Oh, it's definitely in order. I got my little humidor in the house, so
well, I tell you,
I do my best to keep an eye on it.
It's burning
I have to
real evenly, though.
Oh yeah,
that's a good burn on that.
yeah, it's doing real well. But I did my best to try to keep an eye on it because it's typically fairly dry down here. Not
Yeah.
Not like it is in Colorado. I mean, when I was out there, your relative humidity is like 15 to 20%. It's
Cheers,
it's
Tiffany.
squat.
But yeah, I grew up eating. I mean, fish too, freshwater, bass, crappie. Crappie was all
bass, crappie. Oh,
yeah,
love
we
me
had
some
a lot
crappie.
brim. But
Brim ain't got a whole lot of meat on it, but damn, they're tasty.
Well, some of it depends. Now we had a variation of brim in Arkansas called and they have them in Texas too, and they're called red ear brim, and they have a red dot back here, and they get bigger. They were what do you call it?
Oh yeah,
bred too.
Hybrid. They were hybrid.
Hybrid brim. Man, those have some thick fillets. They're not very long. But God, they're thick.
Oh, a good trick I found with those is go ahead and fillet it out. It'll make a difference, like sunfish and everything else. Go ahead and fillet it out. You may get like a little bitty old fillet or something off of it, but then instead of like deep frying it, throw it off into a boiler, like a double boiler sort of thing. Boil it for just a little bit, and then take it out and treat it like you would shrimp.
Boom.
You just dip it in a little cocktail sauce, and boom. Oh, that shit is good.
That sounds good.
Because like I said, I'm from Kentucky, so we deep fried everything. It didn't make a difference. We fry everything, usually in bacon grease or lard. But since I moved to Texas, I've gotten away from that a little bit more.
I don't know, John Ross. I think you thinking about when I was doing that lesson learned for those parents, and I found out where everybody lived, and so basically, I'm a information security guy. That's what I do, for a very large insurance company now. But I did it for hospitals, and we were a pediatric hospital, so it's all kids. And I did a study one time. I was an expert on call for the hospital, and I'd go do presentations about keeping your kids safe online and things like that. And I would do a presentation to the kids about keeping a clean cyber footprint. Back when I was a kid, I could do stupid ass shit, and no one had a record of it, right? But nowadays, you do something stupid, and it's there forever, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I would tell them, college recruiters, potential employers they all have Google right in front of them, right? They can look you up.
I had a little experience with that last week, as a matter of fact.
So what I did is I set up an experiment one time, and we had volunteers, and what it was is the parents volunteered, and the kids had no idea, no idea at all. And they would give me an account, just the account of the child. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to know anything else. I just want to know who they are on whatever, right? And then I created different accounts, and I had a notebook, and I had like a whiteboard behind me, and I was like, oh, I'm Steve, I'm Carolyn, I'm whoever, and I would, have all these notes of who I was talking to and everything. And I had 12 kids, 12 families participate, and I would go friend them, and I would get to talking to them, and I would make up some story like I'm new to town or whatever. And I would figure out things like, are they on the cheer squad? Are they on the football team? And I would build this camaraderie online, and they would start trusting me. And I never asked for their home address. Never. Well, if they gave it to me, then I'm done. I've got your home address, right? But if they wouldn't give me their home address, I'll be like, oh, no. I don't need to know your exact address. But they would, in conversations, we would talk about where they went to church, where they went grocery shopping, and all of that's within 5 miles of your house, right? And I would triangulate where they were, and then I would use the county appraisal district information to look up who owned what properties in certain areas, and I could find their last name, and then I could figure out who the parents were, and I would, at the end of it, I would give the parents their home address. And I'll say, I got this totally from your children online.
Now it's even easier than that.
Well,
just go to Zillow.
And the kids that were a part of it would swear up and down, I never ever gave him our home address. Well, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
But inadvertently you did.
Yeah.
You gave me enough information to find it.
Hey, you may be the person I need to ask then. I have been getting calls from Kentucky about a piece of property that I do not own on 125 South Spring Street in Louisville, Kentucky. Never owned that piece of property. Have no clue why they're calling me, but I get real estate agents calling me constantly about that piece of property because my name and number somehow is associated with it.
Where do you say that address?
I don't know. 125 South Spring Street.
Hey, that's my grandma's house.
Tell them you'll take 1.7 million for it, and here's
I have.
Yeah.
I have, and they're like, "Oh, we'll have our real estate agent get back with you." Oh, well, that's nice, but take me off your to-call list. It's been going on for like 2 years now. It's just getting really old. Well, I'm renting a piece of property here in Austin right now. Granted, it's a huge piece of property, but still, it has nothing to do with that.
You're in Austin?
Yes, sir.
Round Rock or Austin proper?
No, Del Valley is where I'm at. Okay. I'm right across the street from Circuit of the Americas. It's Circuit of the Americas. I can see it from my house. And then I look across the street this way, and I can see Tito's Distillery.
Yep.
It's right there. I can see the whole place from here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
we used
to
go
my right,
Austin
I can
all
see
the
the
time.
airport.
Yeah, we used to go to Austin all the time, and they have that what's that actor's name that had that? He does a benefit every year.
McConaughey.
Well, no, not Matthew. It was Matthew runs around in Austin all the time. You'll see him go out in the bars and stuff in Austin. On what is it, 7th Street or whatever? 6th, where all the bars are.
You were close. 6th Street.
Yeah.
6th Street, Congress, all those.
Right. Oh,
I don't go downtown.
Nah, I mean, that's where we would go. We would go stay at the Stephen F. Austin Hotel. We would try to get that corner room that, we could go out on the balcony of the second, third floor and watch all the idiocracy go on. Yeah.
Yep.
And that was a fun street because the street, like these two streets didn't line up, right? And then you've got Congress running up the middle, but these two streets running in were offset.
Yeah.
And it was so funny watching people try to figure out how to go straight, but they had to turn and then come back, and they would hit curbs and everything else.
Yeah, it's all one-way stuff downtown Austin. You got to go. This street's one way this way, the next street's one way that way. And then you have Congress and First Street and other ones that run like north and south kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a little odd.
Good food in Austin.
Oh yeah.
It's all boutique.
Damn good food.
All like, oh my gosh, I've had some of the best buckwheat pancakes, and I mean it's shit like
just Magnolia Cafe.
What's that?
You go to Magnolia Cafe then?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, they make the best freaking pancakes, and they're freaking huge. They're huge pancakes.
Magnolia is okay. Wait, there's a Kirby. Wait, which one has the giant coffee cup on it?
Kirby Lane.
Kirby Lane. Now, I didn't get buckwheat at Kirby Lane. That was Magnolia, but Kirby Lane had, oh my God, the best breakfast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they make a great breakfast. I mean, we're into breakfast tacos around here, so there's all kinds of places that have good breakfast tacos. One of them is up. It's a little north of Austin, off of what is it? Oh, heck, I can't think of the name of the road right now. Oh, not Riverside. That's south. But anyway, it's called it's escaping me now. Shoot. Yeah,
so
I can't think of it. But they make a breakfast taco that's about this big around. It's huge, and two of those, if you're lucky enough to eat two of those, you're more than stuffed. You're overstuffed. One of those will do you. But yeah, we're big on breakfast tacos down here in Austin, boy. And any of your local little food trucks, the little taquerias that you see on the side of the road, man, they make good food.
Well, and there's restaurants on like 5th and 7th and shit like that off of 6th. Well, even on 6th Street, sometimes those are restaurants during the day and they turn into like live music and shit at night and stuff. Yeah. But good fish tacos, like, stuff like that. Oh my God.
Well, I'll see if my wife wants to take off right now. We could be down there by the morning.
Well,
there you go.
It's already 8:03.
By breakfast.
By breakfast time. Yeah, you can get breakfast till about 10, 11 o'clock anyway.
Oh yeah, you can get it. Yeah, but no, we love going to Austin, and New Braunfels is cool. It's a German town down there, and man,
so is Fredericksburg.
Schnitzels and like brats and stuff. Oh man, it's
yeah. Fredericksburg is like that too. A lot of your all the different beers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
it's turning more into wine. They've gotten really big into wine around here now. That they figured out that the hill country out there grows wine like you could in California and stuff because of the microclimates and everything else. Right. So a lot of your peach orchards have turned into wineries now. They've sold off all the peach stuff, took them out, and then they planted grapes.
What's up, goddamn Bacon?
Good night, Bacon.
But
we used to have a place in California called Solvang. It was kind of like that.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
all
mean,
those weird years.
Grapevine, Texas, right, is a winery built town. There's a lot of wineries in Grapevine, and that's actually north of Fort Worth up there.
Mm-hmm.
Grapevine Mills Mall, and they have the wine festival every year. We used to go to that up in Grapevine, and they have the train that runs from the stockyards up to Grapevine and back.
Okay.
And yeah, you can get on the train. Hey, John Ross, see you later, man. They do like a fake train robbery. They ride along beside the train on the horse and all that. It's pretty fun.
Have a good weekend, John Ross. If you're not going already.
And yeah, we've had some funs. I'm gonna post this link again if anybody wants to come up, and I may go over and post it on the. Let me post it in the.
Yeah, I'm about ready to take off.
Yeah, I'll be here a little bit.
I told my wife that we'd watch a movie tonight.
Well, it's already out.
Oh well, got to take off before you start stumbling.
I'll slide over.
Happy wife, happy life. So
there you go. Yeah, see, luckily mine's out of the house tonight. She's over with her girlfriends having a girls' night with some wine and whatnot like that. So.
Oh, see, I think my wife's happier when I'm out here.
Well, that sounds like fun for you.
Yeah, I get to chill out with y'all guys, drink bourbon, and smoke cigars.
That's
I'm
right.
happy.
I just don't have a cigar, and I wouldn't smoke it inside.
I was wondering why you were.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Your wife's away, so you're good smoking that inside, or she just let you?
I'm out. I'm outside.
Oh,
I'm
you
on
are?
the back porch. Oh yeah.
Now, if I had the lottery money, I would build
Bates.
Kathy Bates. I would build a little, like this whole room right here wouldn't even be attached to the house, and I would have the smoke eaters in the ceiling, and I would have like a Irish pub thing going on. I would just
I got one going on over there.
What, smoke eater?
Yeah, I got a patio that I can turn into a bar. And
that I'm talking about though, year round, all year round. 30 degrees outside, 20 degrees outside. It's the same, and
Oh, yeah. One thing I saw the last time I was at the Elks Lodge in Kentucky. Hey, Chatio.
Hey.
They had the ceiling fans, but they had like a big thing around it where it pulled in the smoke into those things, and it had like charcoal filters and everything else, and it basically made all the smoke disappeared. So you could be sitting in the bar smoking a cigar, and there was no smoke. Yeah. Those things were awesome.
Yep, and they would pull everything up, and the ones I was looking at, they had the blue lights, and every once in a while they would pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were called smoke eaters. Yeah, yep. Google it, man. You can.
Yeah, a friend of mine who lived in Manhattan Beach or Marina Del Rey, kind of a high class area in LA, and he used to have things that he can open up on the wall, and they were actually supposed to be where you could plug in the vacuum cleaner.
Oh yeah, we have those.
He would
house
hang thing off it so it would stay open, and then he would have parties. There would be no smoke.
Nice.
Suck everything away.
The last two houses I've owned had an in-house vacuum system, and this one has one. It's in that closet right over there, back in the corner, and all it is a hunk of junk that takes up a bunch of fucking room in my storage closet. And you never use it. And there's little flaps all through every room in the house, and you're supposed to take the unit, plug it in, and it turns on. Shit, that's but it was built. This house was built in 1960.
Yeah, these were probably built later than that. Right?
So the technology of this vacuum system in this house is 1960. Shark wasn't even invented by then.
That's funny. Sorry, Lucy.
Yeah, what gets me is my house was built in 65.
Mm-hmm.
And to get any Amazon or any Alexa things going, like for lights or anything,
gotta watch out.
You need that extra wire.
Alexa, stop.
You need that extra wire in the wall.
Stop.
I don't have it.
Alexa, play Metallica.
No. They'll get us shut down right
There
away.
it goes. Alexa. Oh, now it's not
I'm
even.
sorry. I'm just
Hang
playing.
on. Wait, maybe it is. I think we confused it. It might be rebooting.
Nice.
I'll be right back. I got to get me another pour of that.
Oh yeah, I've got to get another beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
That
Right.
is what I'm on tonight. Beer, since we're leaving at the butt crack of dawn.
until he gets back and say goodbye.
Yeah, you do that, and I'm gonna use the bathroom and grab a beer, and then I'll be back, and then I'll unplug the double mic, plug my mic in, and then I can go to the bathroom and forget to mute, and everybody can have a laugh.
Okay.
There you go.
We've been through that already. That was
It'll be
hilarious.
a great show tonight, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Oh, so Chedio, how are you? You doing
I
good
am
today?
well. It's just been kind of a crazy last couple of days. Help my friends pack up their truck. They're moving across the country. I'm hitching a ride with them. It's just like this is going to be nuts. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But it'll be fun. We'll have fun. We're stopping tomorrow night in Kansas City. So we're hoping to get there early enough to pop in the Boulevard real quick and have a beer at Boulevard. But it probably won't happen. They close kind of early. And then was that Monday night we'll be in Nashville.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 2 cities I've never been to, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving across the country
it-
is fun.
Nashville's a pretty good place. I've been there quite a few times.
Yeah. And I think we're
There's
spending
there's a really cool bar. I forget exactly where it is. It's kind of off of the main drag just a little bit, but it's kind of a cellar type of a place. You can go down into the cellar part there, and they have probably 40 or so taps. So you can get pretty much any kind of beer that you would like.
Oh wow, that's cool.
nice.
I can't remember the exact name of it right now. It may be the cellar or something. Dude, it's right off of the main drag where everybody goes. Pretty close to the Ryman, and there's a big concert place right down in the middle down there somewhere.
I heard Ryman talking about.
Yeah, we came cross country, and my wife did not have any time at all. My brother-in-law came with us, and he drove another car. And my wife was in such a hurry to get here that we didn't stop anywhere. My brother-in-law says, "Can't we take a picture in front of Elvis's gate here?" No, sorry, we're in a hurry.
No,
We
That's
didn't.
you
dang.
gotta take it 5
We're not
minutes
in
or
a
so.
rush.
Take a dang picture. Come on.
How did you drive by Graceland? You must have taken a south detour.
We were trying to find a Chase Bank. You guys don't have Chase Banks out here.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Nope.
I think that's more
Well,
something
it's
Western.
funny because Chase Payment Tech is our primary processor for credit cards for the company I work for, and my old boss knew Jamie Dimon, like they were friends, and Jamie Dimon is the CEO of Chase Payment Tech.
Well,
Oh,
tell
nice.
Jimmy Diamond to get some Chase Banks out here in North Carolina.
Well, what that was, when we moved down here, we had farmers, bump, farmers insurance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And here in North Carolina, there are no farmers agents,
Oh, really?
none.
Wow.
That's good for you.
Well, I wouldn't. Well, it was bad for me because I was a farmer's client forever, and now we have that damn lizard gecko shit.
Oh man. I don't even know what I have. I think my home
What's up,
insurance is like
Gremlin and
Rhino.
I have been posting the link. If anybody wants to come up, we're just hanging out, and I'm about to move over here.
Ooh, look at that. Nice cigar.
Post your
Oh,
link.
Chedio, you hadn't seen that. Look
Oh,
at
you're
that.
talking about your channel link, but you're about
Yeah.
to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Look, it came wrapped.
Oh yeah.
It came wrapped in an actual tobacco leaf.
That is phenomenal. That's awesome.
Clown faces. Okay.
Mine come wrapped in plastic. I buy the cheap stuff usually.
I had to get it because I've never seen one that was wrapped in an actual tobacco leaf. So
I think that's one stop I'll be making in Tampa is going to King Corona in Ybor City with my buddy.
There it is, right
It's
there.
always a nice cigar bar to go to.
You have.
The weather's nice. We'll sit up. I had a torch lighter like that. My torch lighter crapped out on me the other day.
come on, you can
do
it.
All right,
There
so
we
here
go.
is Joe's channel link. He's going to have content soon.
Soon. It's been busy times this week. But,
Please subscribe to Uncle Joe.
Will do.
I'm called West Coast Joe.
Well, your channel is I'm Falling for Bourbon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because he did.
Hey, Kathy Bates.
I did fall for bourbon, yes.
Well,
Number 10 sub. All right.
I think you fell because of bourbon.
No. I fell for a commercial about bourbon.
Okay.
Oh, that's really mild.
Oh, you got a couple.
Is that one that was wrapped in that leaf?
Yeah, that's the Leaf by Oscar.
Okay.
It's a real mild cigar. Look like a Connecticut wrapper maybe on it.
Nice. I can remember.
Definitely really light.
How big is your humidor there?
Oh, I don't know. I could probably put about 30 or so in it, 30, 40, something like that.
It's about the size I have too.
2 tiers, with the top of it's glass where you can look through it.
Yep. Yeah, a little box. Yeah, I've had.
Yeah.
I knew a guy had a cabinet, and then I knew another
yeah.
guy. I went to visit him, and he had he owned a deer camp out in Texas, and he's like, "Yeah, come on to my house, and you like bourbon? Come on, we'll drink bourbon and smoke some cigars." And I went there, and this motherfucker had a room. You go into
damn.
Bigger. It was his humidor was bigger than Total Wine.
Wow!
Damn.
Wow.
Now their humidor section. His not all of the whole store, but his humidor was twice as big as Total Wine's.
And they're pretty big, yeah.
Humidor.
Wow.
And
that's
his
awesome.
wife, right over next to it, had a wine room that was like 3 times as big as his humidor.
Dang.
Man, he had cigars everywhere.
I've made lights and I used to work as a welder for many years, and we used to make custom made vent hoods and wall sconces and all kind of stuff. And I've made stuff for houses like that, where you go in and actually install the stuff for them, and you're like, holy crap, But then again, I'm kind of thinking, who's going to afford $150,000 this, that, or the other, But
he had a 30-gallon hopper. A 30-gallon hopper.
Jesus.
That had a purification system running into it. And he said the purification system was like $8,000. So it took his water from his house, ran it through this like quadruple 5 charcoal system, went into the humidor. It was like a 25, 30-gallon tank that then kept the humidity level perfect in the room. It would dehumidify and humidify as it needed to. And it would recycle. When it went to dehumidify, it recycled back in, push back out. And I was like,
reverse osmosis and all that.
Oh my God.
Well, he lived in the high rent district, huh?
Oh, yeah. And I asked him one time, I said, we've never talked about how you fucking got all this money. And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, how you buy it? Because he had like a $1.something million house and, that had all this stuff. He's like, oil and gas.
Yep.
I said, well, what do you do in oil and gas? He said, I own it.
Yep.
And as far as we got, and he wouldn't talk about it anymore.
I worked for this one guy in Colorado. I was out there, I told you earlier about, me and my dad being out there working for him. He's building this big log house out there, and that's how he made his money. Is he got into oil and gas way back in the day, and he got into directional drilling. So that's
Mm.
his gig. He's a directional driller. So he's the guy that drills the well that goes, down like this and then over this way, this far, and then, back, sideways.
Well, and
So
those
he's
guys
that
make all
guy.
the money because if you can't get, if people won't sell their mineral rights, you can actually go down and go over and hit their shit anyway.
Yep. Yeah. He's been all over the world doing that shit. And, he's really a super nice guy. He's the best guy you'd ever want to meet.
Twisted.
He's not
Twisted.
Not one of your typical, snooty millionaire type folks.
Oh no, this dude was grounded. I mean, he was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was the most Texas country motherfucker I ever met, and had like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And
that's how this guy is. He's from Mississippi.
Yeah.
So like South Mississippi. So you know how they are down there, like Biloxi and whatnot.
Yeah.
Bourbon, good to see you, sir.
Hey,
Good.
Mojo.
Hey, buddy.
Chadio.
What's up?
Great shot.
Hey, is this Mojo 88?
Mojo 88. This is not Mojo 88.
No, maybe I'm thinking of a different guy.
Grilling and chilling with Mojo's who this is.
I got
He
you.
likes to grill. He likes to chill, and he has a lot of mojo.
That's right.
Awesome.
We just woke up from a nap, so I'm a little.
Good mojo.
I took one earlier. That threw me off.
Yes, sir.
So my great grandfather was one of the originators of the Texaco horse,
Oh, cool.
Oh.
and I've got a picture of him standing there with
Oh, jeez.
I guess his artist or something. But yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty cool.
the Pegasus?
That's neat.
Yeah, the Pegasus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't know why I'm not one of those rich oil families, but well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I always got hosed out of all that rich kid shit. I got blue collar family, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We help make the rich people rich.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. We just work and make them richer.
Yeah. That's right.
Heck, I'm
Now-
working as an operator now.
Samantha,
Playing in the dirt.
Samantha Lee down there, they're gonna take over the marijuana production in all of Alaska.
Yeah.
What mullet, Spicy?
Oh,
I ain't
wow.
got no mullet.
Regionals.
Yeah,
Hey,
same.
Sam. I have decided to grow my hair back, though.
Is Sam too?
Oh, she is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Twisted Art Lady is Samantha, and then and I always try to say Samantha Lee, right?
Yeah.
So you know who I'm talking about. So
I was kind of curious about Twisted Art Lady. What kind of food she was eating, shoving.
was she shoving food?
Yes, she was.
Okay,
She said,
I missed that part.
I'm shoving food in my mouth, and I'm about
Cool
ready to
running.
go to the Lone Stars.
Oh, okay. So Lone
Yeah.
Star Live. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all right. I'm not going to compete with one of my employees. I will.
I'll probably bounce over there.
Ah.
a bit.
He can take it.
Oh, hell, people will have both things.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I do that all the
Hey,
time. I'll be on Jimmy's and I'll be on over here and I'll be, somewhere else.
I thought you were heading home.
I was.
Yeah, he keeps forgetting. Yeah.
So everybody, you have a good weekend and a good week next week. And I will see you same time, same channel next week. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
buddy.
Good chatting with you.
Have a good
yeah.
evening, guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Take
gonna
care, man.
fly it over.
And you, too, sir. Have a
So,
good evening.
oh yeah, you have a great evening, and I don't have to worry about you because there's no white hills out there.
Yeah, and there's no staggering either.
Yep. And I'm gonna unplug.
Yeah,
Hang
cool.
on, I have to get ready. You're gonna lose my audio.
Well, shoot, we're not leaving tomorrow till
And
noon.
now you should be able to hear me again.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. We're good. I'm gonna hang this on my hip, and that way I don't have to be tethered to Joe.
Nice.
Yeah, Twisted is
Okay.
going to be over. I think she's hooking up with Lone Star, and somebody else is going over there. There's going to be
Texas
3
hot
YouTubers.
spot, Zach. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's
All right,
nice.
guys. Have a good one.
All right. Take care,
You too,
Joe.
buddy.
All right.
It's
You
nice to have options. We'll give them options. We'll stay on over here. I'm just hanging out, having fun. So
Oh yeah.
So my options is as soon as my wife gets home, I got to go make some smash burgers,
ooh.
and I'm actually at in about 5:30, 6:30, an hour and a half. I'm hooking up with another YouTuber that does 4-wheel drive Jeeps and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And he's going to be hiding. So his daughter and I are going to go look for him, and these other people are going to be looking for him.
That's awesome.
I forget
Hide and
what they
seek.
call that, but so we're going to be running around the city looking for him, and that's what I'm.
all right.
Awesome. And I may end up over on Lone Stars here eventually, but we'll do this.
I'll jump over there with you.
Yeah, you guys go over there and take it over and tell them what's up.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't try to take it over. I'll let.
I would take it if it's Lone Stars. Come on, we got to take it over.
No,
No.
I have.
Mr.
I actually
Great
have.
Shot. I'm sorry, Bourbon, but I have not met Mr. Great Shot. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Great Shot. Well, that's what I'm going by on YouTube. My name is Mark, by the way.
Mark. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you do like bourbons too, or anything?
I'll drink about anything. I like bourbon. I like. I'm starting to get a little bit into Scotch. Trying to expand the palate a little bit as much as my palate can be because, like I said, I'm a Kentucky guy, so I'm mainly a bourbon guy.
I like
but I'm living out here in Texas.
I like Highland Scotches.
I like Highland. I like Highland Park. I recently found some Grangestone. That's pretty good. It's real light. I've tried some of the peated stuff and not much for me. I tried Lafroig. Tastes like tastes like you had some Band-Aids on fire at the beach and you put it out with salt water. Not my thing. Same thing with Ledeg, Lecheg, I think they call it. Not much on it. I'm working on it a little bit, but
if you want to try a lightly peated Scotch, Jura, Jura.
Okay.
Try that one. It is very lightly peated, so it's not overly smoky. And honestly, when you're trying the Jura, you won't get it. But then try like a Dalmore or something, a Highland Scotch, and then go back to it. You'll get the smoke in it more. That's how I'm kind of easing myself into the peated Scotch.
Okay. I'm trying to to ease myself into some of the peat stuff because I jumped right off into Lafroig and I'm like, oh, that's just way too damn much for me.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're you don't know how to swim yet, and you're jumping into the deepest part. Yeah,
that dang Isla stuff, boy, it's thick.
Oh yeah,
the medicinal notes, the iodine and all that. I'm like, no, I don't care for it.
Gawani, how's it going?
What's up, Gawani?
Chadio, what you smoking, by the way? You normally a pipe guy. I seen a stick in your hand.
I pulled out its Odyssey Habana. It's just a Robusto. Kind of cheap. I think it was like maybe $5-6.
Nice.
Kind of
All
on
right,
the cheap
Joe,
end.
take it easy.
Hey,
man.
some of the cheaper sticks are better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can tell you that already.
Definitely.
Oh, Mr. Great Shot just fell right off the screen.
Yeah. Hopefully he comes back.
Oh, my dad and I, we go to the cigar thing, and I'm sitting there trying to use my little bit of whatever prowess I have of what cigars I know. And I'm like picking shit that's $12, $14 a stick, and he'll grab one for $6, and his tastes better than one I bought.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my favorites. There's a few of them I like. Like the Romeo Juliet.
Great Shot back in the basement, but it said devices not connected. And I can't add him to the screen.
No.
He may be having a little internet hiccup. We'll see. We will see. I kept the wrapper off the ones Dad bought, and I forget now. I put them in a place I wouldn't forget where they were, and now I don't know where they are.
Usually how things go.
Yeah.
That's how it goes with me. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but we put this over here so I don't forget that.
Yeah, I will definitely know where this is because I'm going to put it right here in this place. It's so obvious I would put it, and then I come back, a year later, and I'm like, where the fuck did I put that?
Yeah. I'm taking my my travel humidor with me.
I have a 3-stick travel.
I think mine's 5, but I have a bunch of Black and Milds in there just for the road.
All right, she got home, you guys. Bourbon.
Oh, geez.
Sorry for the short. Just noticed I wanted to give you some love, but
a
fabulous night. I got to go cook some food now. So.
Oh yeah, yep. Go.
Enjoy your smash burger. I was gonna have a hamburger today, and I got yelled at for being inside the restaurant at the register. Like, we're not taking orders in here. Go through the drive-thru. And I said, well, I don't have a car. And they're like, well, I guess you're not getting any food. I was like, you're not getting any more sale from me, KFC and W. Oh, yeah. I was just like,
what? Man.
I want to go off, but I'm not.
Did we have somebody recording this? Huh? Chatio? Did we have somebody recording this? Did you throw like straws at them or anything?
No, I just like you said that, I just looked at him just like dumbfounded. I was like, well, I guess you guys just lost my business forever. It's been really crappy there for a few years, right?
Take care, Bourbon.
Yep. All right, take care.
Everybody in the chat, have a good day.
My problem with eating at fast food is the workers in there, they don't give a crap. No. They're going to get paid the same whether you order or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get to the owner, but to get to the owner of a fast food, you're getting to a corporate board of directors, know.
It wasn't worth it. I was just like, you know what? Fine. I guess we'll just go home and eat cat food.
You ate cat food?
No. I was just saying that.
Yeah.
I really don't have much food because I'm going to be gone for a while. And it's like, I've got soup and.
I was going to say, Vienney Weenies is a good choice if you're willing to eat cat food.
Yeah. Oh. I almost ordered Chinese food, but then I was like, well, we're probably leaving early tomorrow morning. I don't want it to like upset my stomach, take that chance. So I didn't do that. Now I found out we're leaving at 12 o'clock and I'm like, yep, we're not going to Boulevard Brewing. Unfortunately, they'll be closed by the time we get there. But we're going to hit a liquor store, probably like a Total Wine or something, and pick up some local beers from Kansas City area.
Oh yeah, now Boulevard is nice. I went to visit my son. He lives in Kansas City, so that's his home of record now. And he's a Salesforce engineer out there, and making a little pinch. And went to visit him, and we did the brewery tour there, and man, they have some really good shit.
Yeah, I like them. They're one of my favorite national breweries.
Some of the stuff they had, some of their better stuff, you can only get at the brewery in their bar. Like they don't even bottle it, and it's really nice.
I threw it out there in the group, and Cindy said something about Tailgate Brewing in Nashville, and I brought that up to my friends, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll be able to get into Nashville early enough on Monday to be able to hit up that brewery since they close at 9. I was like, perfect. Some of their stuff sounded good.
Yep. Yeah, one of the better distilleries I've been to, not brewery, but distillery, was Rabbit Hole in Nulu there in Louisville. Oh my God, man. That is a multi-million-dollar facility, and they walk you through it all. It's beautiful.
Sweet.
Really nice.
Heck yeah. My aunt's still sending me some stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be going to the distillery I'm doing a documentary on. I'm not really willing to give up the name on it just yet, but you'll see. It's a small distillery in Kentucky, real distillery, distills their own stuff, bottles and sells, but they have a very limited distribution right now. But you'll get to see once I put the documentary out what it takes to. I mean, it takes decades to stand up a distillery.
Yep.
And I have every confidence they're going to make it. It's just, because it's like a fraternity out there between those distilleries. They'll help each other out and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a big competition. They're there to pull each other up.
That's how it is here with the breweries. That's why it's kind of shocking when some have closed here and there. It's like, wow.
Yeah, you must not have asked for help. Yeah, they have the commercials on now
Yeah.
about asking for help. You know the commercial where the guy's limping and he's like, cattle herders don't, or cattle drivers don't go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He's got snake bit on his foot, and then the dude pulls his chute and it doesn't open. And she's like, grab my hands. He's like, I don't want to interfere with your experience.
That's funny. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Ask for help. Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm.
But there's plenty of wealth to go around. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry, bourbon alone, not even just whiskey, but bourbon.
Mm-hmm. You had a little bit of Colorado whiskeys yesterday. I had Tin Cup, which was pretty good, and then I had Stranahan. So
we got him back again. We got him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Welcome
there we
back.
go. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I saw you come in the basement, and then it was white, and then it said no devices connected. And I was finally.
I don't know what was going on.
Well, I think, and I don't know what's going on with Fulton, because I was going to bring Fulton Mraz up to sing his little song, but he gets in the basement and it's solid white, and it says Mr. Fulton or whatever, and I'm not going to bring you up until you can hit it, Yeah. And because I'm not going to bring a dead square up on the screen. But if you can hit it, let's get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. He's been
having no, that was YouTube. That was Joe. Never mind. Oh, but subscribe to that of what I accidentally posted, because that's Joe.
Yeah.
That's West Coast Joe. It is stumbling, falling, and tripping out for bourbons.
Yeah.
But there's the StreamYard link right there. And I had my watch just vibrated. Be there in a bit.
That's over for Lone Star. His live on the head over there, probably in about 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, was that you, the Lone Star?
Yeah, in the group, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I may head over
now.
I may head over there and we'll just do a little raid or something,
Yeah.
My viewers keep fluctuating. I'm not willing to put in all this effort for, base pay. I'm here for you, but
Yeah, we get over there. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some views, get some watch hours.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do on the road.
Now I'm inconsistent. I mean, I have to work through the week so hard that Thursday nights are okay because Fridays are really light for me. But Sundays I'm trying to do my regular normal VR 180 posts, and those things take forever to get together. And I had to give up the Sunday night thing, so I can really only do like Thursday night, Saturday night, and my normal Sunday post.
Yeah, my streams have just basically gone inconsistent. I used to have a consistent schedule.
I don't stream, so I chill out and watch y'all guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just a lurker. I'll comment occasionally, like when y'all first start or something like that, and lurk for most of the time or something like that. But it just depends on what's going on around here. But then again, I work. Heck, I usually work around at least 10 hours a day. So, I may get here, after the stream starts or something like that. I usually jump in sometimes late on some of the streams.
Well, if I have any moderators watching, anybody with a wrench, I have Mr. Whatever Meerkat Manor down there trying to Sister 19 online.
Oh, I already took care of it.
All right, good.
I saw it right away. I was like,
early times. Yeah, early times. Yeah. Early times, Bourbon.
I don't think I've got a wrench, and I think my iPad has died. So
yeah,
I'm just on my phone now.
I'm bad about giving people wrenches. I'll give you a wrench as soon as but I can't do it from here. I have to go to YouTube and pull up a full screen and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, all that stuff. I ain't worried about it, but I will kill a bot if I get a chance. Give me a chance, boy. I'm a bot killer, boy.
All right, we're gonna make you a bot smasher.
There you go. See if I'm gonna actually.
We'll get them.
All right, let me
know what they're up to, but we ain't having it.
Let me look at for Lone Star here. See what's going on. Let's see. There's Saturday Sip Along. There's Massive Beers. Let's see. Lone Star Lounge. Oh my God. When you autocomplete, don't fucking tempt me with it. And then he's live now, Saturday Night Hangout. He is live there all by his lonesome.
For now.
And we will be there.
Let the gang up, take over his we'll take over. We'll sneak all into his back lounge there.
Yeah. He's going, and he's got some viewers. So let me pull the link, and we'll get him some more viewers. How about that? Command copy.
All right.
And we will post it down here. Command paste. That's Lone Star. So let's raid Lone Star's Lounge. If it'll post. Yeah.
Let's see.
Right.
Bourbon Bounty.
Come on,
raid.
Let's see. Lone Star's Lounge.
Yep.
Lone Star's Lounge. Yeah, just throw a Bourbon Bounty raid over there. All right, guys, I'm going to end this broadcast.
Alrighty.
Go over there, and maybe we can get twisted to, over there, and we can get up to some more folks, and we can have fun over there. It's all the same damn people.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
So,
I'm headed that way myself then.
All right. And we will
peace out.
Show ourselves to the door. Here we go.
Yep.